Mayor of Kingstown, Season 4, Episode 7. What an episode. I know I keep saying what an episode this season, but this season is just masterfully written, so beautifully done, and it's just really, really fun to watch a good season of Mayor of Kingstown. The episode opens up where we see Callahan being transported back to Gen Pop, but before he does that, he confronts Kyle in his cell, and Kyle and Merle have a tense face-to-face between the cell bars, throwing quips at one another back and forth and just trying to see who gains the upper hand by saying the most craziest shit to one another. And Callahan kind of threatens, Kyle by mentioning his dead brother, his mother, and it just gets Kyle riled up. And Kyle's like, you know what? Kind of says to Merle, like, my brother and I will be here while you are long gone, and everyone will forget about you. So it's really interesting to see how that plays out. Then we see Mike confronting the warden once again. Listen, the Mike and Nina thing is just so fun to witness. It's just, the dialogue is so well written. It's just back and forth between Jeremy Renner and Edie Falco, and it's like, who's getting the upper hand? Why is Nina, the warden, kind of in with the Colombians and sent shipment of drugs? It's like really, really crazy. Mike then goes to see Evelyn, the DA, but she continues and she kind of assumes that Mike got rid of her witness. Evelyn is such an irritating character that she doesn't know when to stop or when to quit. Yeah, I understand she's doing her job, but my God, this is crazy. Not only that, to free his brother, Mike kind of offers something to Evelyn, the DA, and a major trade. Frank Moses. Yeah, and when kind of, a funny turn of events, get my brother out, I'll give you Frank Moses. Frank's never been behind bars. Take him down, see what happens. Okay, that's fine. Mike goes to meet with Frank, and Frank kind of blames Mike for nearly getting him killed. But Mike still proposes a plan to take out the Colombians. So Mike is slowly gaining the upper hand, just a little bit. We don't know what's going on just yet. Meanwhile, Ian checks in on Robbie, who's frustrated about doing all the work he has done. How Mike doesn't respect him, but Mitch did, and then how it's doing anything. But, it's none of the respect that he gets, and everybody's in the situation because of the McCluskeys, and it's like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. Merle returns to Gen Pop with a hero's welcome. He's greeted like a hero. And then Frank and his crew kind of stop the shipment, the tanker shipment, and, it's just insane. They just stop everything, they take it, and then Torres kind of tells the warden what happens and the shipment. Mike goes to the warden and says, I know what happened to the shipment. Let me help you. And the warden's like, no, I don't need that. But then we go follow Nina home. And it's like, why are we following Nina home? This is very interesting and very different and very rare. Well, we see the Colombian that is kind of in charge of everything, kind of threaten Nina with her daughter, trying to find out who, took the shipment and everything, what's going on, what's happening. And it's just like, oof, okay, it's threatening her life. And you kind of see the aspect of the warden in a vulnerable position and not in that higher power just yet. She pisses her pants because she's scared shitless. And ladies and gentlemen, the biggest shock of this episode, Merle escapes. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Merle escapes. And it's one of the wildest things to happen in this series total, with all the 4 seasons that are happened. Merle getting out. Like, I did not expect that. Did not expect that at all. And it's just like, whoa, okay, that was different, that was interesting. But where does this push the boundaries of what's going to happen now that Merle's out? Nobody knows he's out because of just the way he escaped. Very smart, very clever. And it's like, Merle Callahan has that influence, and you can see he has that influence in this episode. We then see Ian later out with Robbie at the bar. Ian, keeps giving him drinks to get him drunk and everything. We know something's up. Ian and Mike had a talk in the discussion earlier at the ice rink, and it's like, okay. While Ian is not drinking, he's spilling his drink out, having a couple sips here and there. Robbie is passed out drunk. And then Ian takes Robbie back to his house, to the car, and kind of, shuts the garage door, opens the windows, puts Robbie in the driver's seat, leaves the car running, closes the garage door, and Ian walks away. So you kind of tell and can know what happened to Robbie, which is another interesting shocker in episode 7 of season 4. And the episode ends with Mike visiting Bunny in the hospital. Bunny is now awake, and Mike tells Bunny about every single thing that has happened so far while he was out or a little bit unconscious for a week to a few days. Interesting to see Mike and Bunny with the alliance. Mike and Bunny are the only ones that can trust each other. Mike tells Bunny that Frank is the one who ordered the hit and the shipments and everything and what's going on, what's happening, and how they can get his brother out, and how to send Frank Moses to jail. So basically, you can tell that, get Kyle out, send Frank in. Frank is behind bars, and then get Bunny's people on the inside to get rid of Frank Moses. That's not a bad idea at all, but it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. This is a 10 full episode season 4. A few episodes left until the season 4 finale. It's damn good. Oh, it's perfect. It's like icing on the cake. Very well placed, very well done. It doesn't drag on like the previous 3 seasons. There are no characters that we don't care about. We care about everything that's going on right now in season 4, and it's just escalating and escalating. Certain seasons before this, 1, 2, and 3, had escalation. It ended, then we went to a new story. It was like so much was happening. But with season 4, it's really, really good. And they are really writing a fantastic season. It gets me excited for the next episode, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about season 4, episode 7 of Mayor of Kingstown. What do you think about the shocking things that happened in this episode? What do you think will transpire in the last few episodes leading up to the season 4 finale? And with everything that's going on, what will you think will happen? And do you think certain things will happen, or will certain characters survive? And if there is going to be a season 5? Because I feel like we do need a season 5. So let me know in the comments section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my season 4, episode 8 review of Mayor of Kingstown.